every single day. I'll be making moves till I'm buried in my grave. To the system, I don't wanna be a slave. I've been doing shit my way, on the highway and in the driveway.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. We count down to kickoff in what should be an epic one here, as it'll be the AFC champion Miami Dolphins taking on the NFC champions, the Philadelphia Eagles. Brandon Gunn here with Charles Davis, and for the Dolphins, what a turnaround under first-year head coach Mike McDaniel. I mean, this is a franchise that did not won a playoff game since the year 2000, but wow, I mean, they're AFC champions.
Give them a big amount of credit for getting here, and how about this franchise in total? They have won the Super Bowl twice, but those were Super Bowls 7 and 8 in 1973-74. They are so excited to be back in the big game.
Meanwhile, it took until Super Bowl 52 for the Eagles to lift the Lombardi Trophy for the first time, and not too many players are left from that squad 5 years ago, but this new group is looking to write a new chapter of Eagles lore.
Yeah, we certainly all remember that performance in the win over New England. Nick Foles throwing for 373 yards, catching the Philly special that will go down as one of the most iconic play calls in Super Bowl history. Now they're back and looking to make it 2 titles in 6 years.
Here's the kicker, Jake Elliott, ready to get this one started. And this one is underway here on EA Sports. And we will not have a return, so the first drive of the Super Bowl will begin at the 25. And here comes the Miami offense now, and it's the Southpaw, his 3rd season at the wheel for the Fins. Quarterback Tua Tagovailoa.
And what a moment for him to start the Super Bowl right here. He's had his doubters over and over in his young career, and many of them question if he could truly be an NFL starter, let alone a Super Bowl starter. But here he is on the biggest day of the NFL season, leading a resurgent Dolphins team. How about a little bit of bonus history? He would be only the 3rd lefty to start and win the Super Bowl if he pulls this off, joining Hall of Famers Ken Stabler and Steve Young.
Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's 2nd down.
Look, all any running back wants is a little bit of room, a little bit of space in order to maneuver, but he also understands how difficult it is for his offensive line up front, so if they give him any space, he realizes it's his job to make more out of it than what they give him, picks up 3 on that carry.
They had 3 yards on first down, just 1 yard there.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get it out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
Throwing is Tagovailoa on 3rd down here. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to the 30. They'll wind up getting just a yard out of it. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. Well, able to get the completion, but unfortunately not able to get the 3rd down conversion there on that play.
And I like how the defense approached that one. They knew where the first down marker was, and they decide whatever you want to have, you can. You're just not going to get the first down. Excellent tackling right there.
Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on 4th down. Fair catch called for and made right at the 25-yard line. Now, for the first time, we get to see this Philadelphia offense led out by their dual-threat quarterback now in his 3rd season, Jalen Hurts.
I think we all heard about it in the offseason. There were many questions asking if Philadelphia might consider bringing in another quarterback to replace Jalen Hurts. He answered emphatically, "This is my team," and he led them to a Super Bowl appearance. A well-deserved moment for this quarterback who just kept his head down, kept working, and eliminated all the noise.
It'll be Sanders to begin the drive. Good footwork at the 30. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job
and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
A good gain on first has him set up with second and just a couple of inches now from the 29. They'll fake the give to Sanders, and now Hurts. Rolling to his left. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete.
That was a nice grab. Just couldn't get the feet down, right? You need that toe tap sequence there. Whatever size shoe he's wearing, probably need about a half size smaller to complete that one.
An incomplete pass on second down leads us to 3rd and inches. They'll try and pick it up by running the option to the right. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th.
You have to figure with this offense on 2nd and inches, they're in ideal shape, but then they end up getting an incompletion, a run stuffed on 3rd and inches, and you look around and say, how did it become 4th down?
Here's Aaron Sipos out now to punt on 4th down. Back deep is Tyreek Hill. And he'll get credit for putting him inside the 20 as the fair catch is made right at about the 19-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And it'll be Dolphin football. They'll start on the ground with Mostert. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
That play reminded me a lot of a former teammate of mine. We used to call him the trash man. His ability to sift through traffic and make plays was uncanny.
And that's exactly what you want from your Mike linebacker. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Tua sets up to pass it. That's caught by his big tight end, Mike Gesicki. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. His first catch there, good for 10 yards and a 1st down.
For a tight end, he's got good straight line speed, and on that route, he's often the guy that gets overlooked. Nice job there finding him in stride for really good yardage.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. This one complete to Jalen Waddle. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another 1st.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
On the Jets sweep, here comes Waddle. And across the midfield stripe into Eagle territory. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. Well, you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
They'll come up now on 2nd and a yard. Play action, now it's Tua. On the right side, open is Gesicki. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. The Dolphin passing game rolling here. They've got another 1st down.
2nd and short, that's a rundown, so it's definitely a good time to go play action if you're feeling it. And they do so and pick up a 1st down.
Now a play fake. Here's Tagovailoa. That one thrown away from the pocket. The officials kind of looking at each other, but they'll say there was a receiver in the area, so no penalty, just an incomplete pass. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Back to the running game with Mostert. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Dolphins first down. A much different second drive here, Charles. They go 3 and out the first time. This time they've been able to sustain something downfield.
And that's what often happens. You get the game started. You know, you have to get your footing underneath you. You have to get used to the flow of the game, the speed of the game. And sometimes that first drive is more of a probing drive. It appears they found something here in the second one.
That's what it is. That's what it is, baby.
On first down, they go with Mostert again. And he maneuvers up the middle for 3, and it's 2nd down.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. A first carry now for Chase Edmonds. And he's going to take this close to the first down marker as he stopped at the Eagles' 14. Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or 2 short here with 3rd down coming up.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Here's Gaskin. It'll be called a gain of 2, and that'll leave them with some options here on 4th and inches.
I'll bet they thought they had picked that one up because it was a 3rd and 2 call, and they got awfully close. Now we're at 4th and inches. I wonder if they think they're feeling lucky here and maybe want to go pick it up.
They'll go. It's Gaskin. And he gets the first down yardage before he's brought down just outside the 10 at the 11. They only needed a few inches, and they didn't get much more than that. But by about the width of a shoelace, they convert on 4th down. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. Now Waddle on the jet sweep. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and it'll be 2nd and very short.
Some good, strong running right there. Some power and some explosiveness just about got him into the end zone.
Keep in mind they can still get a first down here as they come up on 2nd and inches. Now a first carry for their fullback. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. With a first touchdown of this Super Bowl and a long one at that. And the Dolphins are on the board first here in this Super Bowl.
Brandon, this is the Super Bowl. A touchdown scored in any game is big. In this one, it's massive.
Jason Sanders now for the extra point. And that makes it 7-0 Dolphins. So that one a 13-play drive in total. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. The Eagles just about set to go to work on offense. They trail early on in this Super Bowl as they come up 1st and 10. Hurts. He's got Dallas Goedert, his tight end, over the middle. Now this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
It's a 2nd down run with Sanders. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a 1st down, pick it up, and keep moving.
On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. He'll get this one complete. That's A.J. Brown. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 38. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. And this one is incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here on this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on 1st down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops and escape this drive.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. Hurts a handoff to Sanders. And he'll get 4 here down to the 35-yard line.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
One quarter done, 3 more to play here in Super Bowl 57. 7-0 is our score. The NFL on EA Sports continues right after this message. So 3rd down, they need to get to the 28 for a 1st.
Well, welcome back to the date on the calendar we circle every year. Super Bowl Sunday. Brandon Garden, Charles Davis here with you as we get set to begin quarter 2.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
So Hurts is off, and on comes Jake Elliott for the Eagle field goal.
It'll be spotted on the right hash, a 52-yard attempt. The kick by Elliott is good, and they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
After the field goal, here's Elliott to kick it away.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Miami set to take over. The offense coming back out here. Plenty of energy, ready to roll, looking to just add to what they have been doing after scoring a touchdown, Charles, their last time out.
And that's a great feeling to have on the sideline, partner, knowing you just won the battle against the opposing defense. And since they came off the field, I'll guarantee you all they want to do is get back out there because they know they have the upper hand on that defense right now.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
On second down, Mostert. And he'll scratch out a yard up to the 30, and that's all.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Tagovailoa going to try and throw on third down. Got a man complete to Cedric Wilson. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first.
Let's go, man.
They'll run on first down, Edmonds. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Looking to pass. Tua. Getting this out to the flat. Mostert. And they're going to get this up to midfield.
And a nice gain and a broken tackle along the way, and really we shouldn't be surprised, should we? That's what runners do, especially the best ones. They break tackles and gain extra yardage.
The offense on third down tonight, just 1 for 3 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. From midfield, here's Tua. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. Now the veteran Thomas Morstead on to punt it away. He'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And this will be out of bounds, and they spot it at the 15-yard line. Not too bad. And out now come the Eagles. Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get him 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience, how much fun is it for coaches to know that they've got a kicker who can nail it from long distance? Now, the hard part is, as an offensive play caller, you don't want that in your head too much where you're relying on it, and he goes out and gets the job done for them. But I'm quite sure he would be content to just kick extra points from here on out.
Yeah, absolutely no question. I think his teammates would be okay with him just kicking the extra points as well. Although his reputation as a speedy runner precedes him, it's always fun to watch him work.
It is eye-opening, isn't it? Because when you see him get the ball and just go, in addition to that speed, it helps out his blockers. They don't have to hold blocks for long because he's just going to speed right past them.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's Hurts to throw. This is Smith with a grab. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. Another big play as they get 28 out of that one. A great job pulling that one in from a guy, as we know, who can really blaze. He's got a lot of speed.
And that speed can work for him so many different ways. Sometimes he just takes off and goes and just runs past people. Sometimes you get people to back off so far that you can catch everything underneath. But still, at some point in the game, you're probably going to have to make some contested catches, right? Sometimes you have to go up and beat a defender for the football. He has that in his arsenal as well.
Showed it right there. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
From the gun, it's Hurts.
And this is caught by Watkins.
And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
Let's go, man. Let's do this, man.
2nd and 3, and they trail 7-3, but getting close to changing that. And this defense hoping to limit them to a field goal to preserve the lead.
Shotgun snap, and then the give to Sanders. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
Now that's the way to do it. Hand it to someone with vision and good footwork, and add a little bit of power, and you find a way to pick up 1st downs.
On 1st and 10, it's Gainwell.
Shifts by him. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia.
27 yards for Kenneth Gainwell. And the Eagles have taken the lead. So how about that for your first carry of the game? Not bad.
How about that, and not bad at all. I think he earned himself a little bit more work, partner, because that's what you want from your number 2, your number 3 running backs. You want him to come in with the fresh legs, give your team a little jolt, and he did it right there. Best way to lobby for more playing time? Have runs like that.
Elliott good on the extra point, and the lead is now 10-7. The drive summary that time, 5 plays.
And it was Kenneth Gainwell who finished it off with a touchdown run.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
Taken at the goal line.
Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here.
And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line.
The Dolphins offense now heads back on the field.
The last series for him, a little disappointing, forced to punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive. 1st and 10. Tua's throws taken in by Waddle.
And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and of course, foot dragging.
A little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
Off of play action, Tagovailoa. Incomplete.
Well, we've seen him catch a few passes out of the backfield in the first half, unable to connect on that one.
Certainly seems like getting him the ball out of the passing game, though, is part of their game plan.
It certainly is, because he catches it well, creates a mismatch. You're going to cover him with a linebacker, a corner, a safety. They feel like he can win every battle.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Now Tua.
Got a man, it's Waddle, complete. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down by a couple of yards as they're able to get 4 there on 3rd and 2.
Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
And again, it's Tagovailoa. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They run out of the shotgun with Mostert. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
The Eagles call on the extra defensive back here as they prepare for a stop on 3rd down. Here's Tua. Escaping the pressure right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Give the sack to Fletcher Cox.
Well, many times when you talk about mobile quarterbacks, you get the sense that they feel like they can get out of any bad situation. They keep moving around and trying to emulate guys like the Scrambler or the Dodger. Instead, they keep losing yardage and digging themselves a hole that they can't get out of.
Here's Thomas Morstead now as he's on to punt for Miami. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. 46 yards on the boot. The coverage holds him to just 3 on the return. And the Eagles will be backed up deep to get the drive started as they take over 1st and 10. Now back to work for Miles Sanders in the Philly offense. He's been effective so far, over the 40-yard mark here in the 2nd quarter. Don't forget about those guys up front, though. They've been effective, too.
The leverage game has been in their favor. They've been the ones who've been able to bend their knees, drop their hips, and get a little bit lower than the guys on the other side of the football, and they've moved them out of the way for the runner.
Sometimes that's tough for those big fellas.
Not an easy thing for them to do. We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. On 1st down, Hurts. Flush to his right. And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's 2nd down. 2 minutes on the clock in the 2nd quarter of this Super Bowl. A reminder, as we did all through the regular season, we'll check in with Jonathan Coachman at halftime. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half of play. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 11 yards for number 11.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
They'll throw on 1st down with Hurts. And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete.
The touch and time are critical for those types of throws. He put a lot of zip on that one. Needed just a little bit more finesse trying to get it to his back.
So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Throwing is Hurts. And it's intercepted. Picked up by Xavier Howard. That throw, Charles, over the middle of the field, and a few too many bodies in there got picked.
That's a normal situation, too, isn't it? No matter how hard you try and spread the field sometimes, there's always going to be a traffic jam, it feels like, towards the middle. And if there's any type of a missed throw, or maybe the ball's tipped, or just too many bodies in the area, an interception can result.
After the turnover, it's Tua. Oh, this is intercepted, intended for Hill. Picked up by James Bradbury. And the Eagles are going to take over at their own 41.
Partner, I think this one went awry very simply because he overestimated his arm strength and his ability to fit it anywhere he wants to. A lot of quarterbacks do that and often pay the price.
This offense returns to the field, and the former Penn State star Miles Sanders, we're going to look at him.
And it may just be the second quarter, but he's in his zone, well on his way to eclipsing that 100-yard mark.
And when a back has a game, as we're witnessing right now, his name's going to be in the books, but it's really a collective deal, isn't it? Because that means he's getting plenty of blocking, a lot of help from his teammates, but he's making the most of it.
Yeah, he's made the most of it to this point. 23 yards on the play.
That was an excellent read right there. Saw cover one. That means it's just a single high safety. So you know if you throw the ball to the outside part of the field, help is going to be a little bit late getting there. And he puts one out there for a big-time completion.
The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Hurts sets up to throw it.
Steps away, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. 2nd and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. Here comes the blitz as they look to throw. And it's caught on the right side at Smith. Touchdown, Philadelphia!
Devontae Smith,
40 yards.
and the Eagles will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
And that's certainly an important score right there because they gave themselves a 2-score cushion heading towards halftime. Now you got to force the other team out of their comfort zone, and it changes the way you approach the second half as well. How you want to do things on offense, and your defense feels much better too, having that lead.
Elliott on for the extra point. It's good to make it 17-7. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive.
And it was finished off by a touchdown from Devontae Smith.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Yeah, some might have returned that one. He won't. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start the drive from the 25.
The Dolphins taking over now late in this first half. Well, not much time remains here in this first half. We'll see if they can get something out of this drive, at least a field goal. They could certainly use it down by 2 scores.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw.
A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
Yes, sir. How about an attaboy there on first down? Got his hand in and knocked it away.
So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. That's out to Hill, right side complete. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. He is going to find Hill here. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half.
A 1st and 10 here, and you know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a one-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost. Open man is Waddle, complete.
And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play.
And just a yard to go here on 2nd down.
Here's Tagovailoa to throw. This one complete to the running back, Chase Edmonds.
And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
Well, they've certainly done a nice job spreading the ball around on this drive. This time he gets it out to his back, and it's another nice play and another 1st down. They've got the defense on their heels a little bit. They're reacting instead of being aggressive and making plays.
Tua sets up to pass it. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Hill. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. So we've come upon halftime in the big one, the Super Bowl. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Back to you guys in a bit. But first, we welcome everyone to our EA Sports Halftime Report. First, though, time for a check of the next-gen stats from that first half for Miami. And they didn't get a whole lot accomplished through the air in those first 2 quarters of play. They'll need to up their game if they want to rally all the way back. Meanwhile, for the Eagles, we check out their numbers on the ground as they'll try to keep the momentum going into the second half.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. These two teams sat through a longer than usual 30-minute wait, but we're back in action here in this Super Bowl. And no run back here as the 3rd quarter will commence with a touchback. The Eagles ready to go on offense to begin this 3rd quarter. And I would imagine this is where you have to take stock of the situation, CD, and say, gosh, we're halfway to the Lombardi Trophy. Let's not slow down now.
And I like the way you went there. Let's not slow down now, because the first half certainly went their way. And I would expect them to continue with that type of a game plan. But you're right. You do think back to Super Bowl 54. 49ers had a double-digit lead in the 4th quarter, couldn't hold on. So plenty can still happen.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Sanders here as they run out of the gun. And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down.
They'll try and pick it up by running the option to the right. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the 1st. They'll get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. He had a great move, but he'll still be stopped shy of midfield.
62 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
Now, Brandon, that's the way you want to run the football. There should almost be quote bubbles above the offense right now. Bam, boom, biff. That's how they feel good about moving the football.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete.
And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
We often talk about understanding the playbook, understanding progressions, and understanding what the defense is doing. We saw all of that on that play. Great recognition and understood where his running back was going to be. Found a way to have him leak out underneath, hit him with the football, and they picked up the first down.
So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 46. They'll run with Sanders up the middle.
And a good job of finding the open space to run as he's down close to the 30 here.
Philadelphia picking up the first on a gain of 15. They've got the lead early here in the 3rd quarter, and runs like that are how they establish that lead in the first half.
I love the fact that you're using the word lead because they are leading from the front, pounding on the defense right now with the running game, and truly establishing themselves here in the 2nd half.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Hurts.
Out to the left there and complete to the tight end Goddard.
And they're going to get this down inside the 20.
That's another beautiful throw right there. Gets it to his man right in stride. And I think that throw kind of exemplifies what we've seen from this offense throughout this game. They've been in rhythm. They've been sharp. They've been on it. And they pick up another first down there.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20.
Up the middle they go with Sanders. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line.
No wasted time from Channing Tindall on that play. He got back there in a hurry and met him to stop him for a loss.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. He'll look to throw.
And this one incomplete. Oh, he couldn't hang on to it in the end zone, and that's one that'll haunt you. And now it brings up 3rd down.
Coverage was very good that time. A nice job to smother him as the ball arrived, and that ensured an incomplete pass.
And it keeps 6 points off the board. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down. 3rd down, he tried to stay in bounds, did all he could. He caught it, but was led a little bit too far.
Yeah, and that's always difficult, isn't it? Because you know half of your body is trying to stay behind while the other half is reaching out, trying to catch the football. The top half worked. It was the bottom half that was in question.
Well, they picked up right where they left off in the first half. First drive after the break, they come away with 3 and increase that lead.
Yeah, and you just want to keep building on that lead, don't you? Whether it's 6 points or 3 points, take everything you can get, keep maneuvering, keep adding to it, keep making it difficult for them to come back.
After the field goal, here's Elliott to kick it away.
The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line.
So here are the Dolphins now. They get ready for their first possession of the second half.
And their deficit a little wider now than it was at halftime following the field goal a moment ago.
But the goal is still the same because you know they want to come out, establish a rhythm in the second half, and get going. Make no mistake about it, though. Kicking field goals, not in their game plan. They need to get the ball in the end zone. Doesn't matter whether it's a zone coverage or man coverage, the drag route can be effective when it's run well.
A good gain on first has him set up with second and just a couple of inches now from the 29.
Now Tua just going to bat this forward on the end around.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Tua going to throw. That's complete to his tight end, Mike Gesicki. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
They really love to get him into one-on-one opportunities, and this is one way. Work him out of the slot and create a mismatch. Who's going to cover him? Corner, safety, linebacker? He's got a way to beat all of those positions.
Play action. Now it's Tua. Getting this out to the flat. Mostert.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Dolphins first down.
That was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? Second and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 46.
Edmonds running out of the shotgun.
Oh, a heck of a move.
Man.
17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get him. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the first down on that run. Don't just ask for him. Show him that you're supposed to get the football.
So the false start will back them up 5. Oh, jumping early from his tight end spot. Maybe trying to get a jump start on that route.
Yeah, I think you're exactly right about that. And oftentimes when you see that, that means the play call was supposed to come in his direction, and he was eager to go catch a pass.
And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown.
Jalen Waddle.
34 yards.
And the Dolphins are back within a score. So a strong drive here to lead off this third quarter and gets them right back in this football game.
And I think we can safely call that a statement drive because they had to be saying, we didn't put our best foot forward in the first half, but we certainly mean business now. Maybe a better term, a prove-it drive. They proved it to themselves that they were ready to go.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the lead will shrink to 6. That drive goes 80 yards in 6 plays.
And it was finished off by a Jalen Waddle touchdown.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders.
From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. Pretty important third quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead. They go play action with Hurts.
He's got Dallas Goedert, his tight end, over the middle. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a first down.
As they began this drive, I was wondering how they were going to attack since they're playing with the lead. Would they continue to try and push the ball downfield? Well, after one play, it appears that the answer is yes.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
Hurts going to give it to Sanders on the option.
And give him about 5 as he gets this up to the 48-yard line.
That's a really good gain right there. They pick up 5 yards halfway to a first down. The only problem now in the huddle, everyone's going to want to touch the football. Be a lot of chattering now because they've seen that they can move the line of scrimmage.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Here's Hurts to throw.
He's going deep for Brown. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield. But that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
From the gun, it's Hurts.
And he's got his man. It's the tight end Goedert. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 27-yard line. Excellent play there on 3rd down. Give him 25 yards.
Normally on 3rd down and short yardage, you're thinking of throwing to your tight end. It's just going to be a simple chain mover. But this time they let him roam down the field, and a nice dart picks up the first down and then some.
So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 27. Back to throw. Over the middle to Smith. Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4.
Coming up on a 2nd and 6.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
Seventh play of the drive upcoming here on 3rd and 6.
Throwing is Hurts.
Now they go screen. It's complete. And able to get this down inside the 15 to either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And Goddard's got it. Touchdown, Eagles. From 13 yards out.
And the Eagles will extend their third quarter lead here in the Super Bowl.
Circle that drive because that might be one to remember. Well executed to give them a little cushion.
Well, let's take it into the boxing ring. You talk about them commanding it, keeping the fight where they wanted to, whether it was in the center of the ring or putting them on the ropes because it was jab, jab, jab. And finally, the haymaker to put that drive away.
Hurts will throw.
Flushed out right. So unable to throw it in for 2 from the 2. Let me ask you, as a former DB, what changes there around the goal line on a 2-point conversion as far as how you're defending?
You just make sure you never back up and you never retreat. You establish yourself really on the line of scrimmage, put your heels on the goal line at worst, and if they're going to throw the ball, make them throw it over your head because they're going to run out of space because of the back of the end zone. Never let a guy catch one in front of you.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped it to 23. Tua and the rest of the Dolphin offense heading back out. 5 for 5 that last drive. Touchdown pass as well. He was clicking. Receivers, I don't want to be cliche, but running really solid routes too.
And what I love about it is when you look across any team, all right, the body types of the receivers are usually different. The way that they get open, different as well. Some of them use power to get open. Some of them use those head fakes and subtle moves. Some of them just use pure speed. And the really good ones, when they're established, they know how to push off at the end of a route, too.
Just one more quarter remains in the season-long race for the Lombardi Trophy here in Super Bowl 57 from Glendale. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Folks, welcome back to the biggest stage in sports, the Super Bowl, and now we get down to the good stuff, the 4th and final quarter. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
The Dolphins on 3rd down, 3 for 7 so far in this game. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. And able to find Gesicki as tight end. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1. And in a 2-score game, obviously, every play, every 3rd down, like we saw there, magnified, big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to 3rd down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
A run with Mostert up the middle.
Oh, he's got a little daylight.
That's a pretty strong running there as he'll take this across the 50 and down to the 44.
17 yards for the Dolphins there as they've got themselves a first down.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Here's Tua. Caught by Wilson. And they'll be stopped right at the 30. On a play that started back at the 15, they pick up 15.
Good yardage on the completion there, and when they look at the scoreboard, they do understand a field goal is not going to do them any good. My guess, they're going to press the ball downfield as far as possible, try and throw it into the end zone and get a score because they know they've got to get that done and get the ball back as quickly as possible.
Setting to throw on 1st down is Tua, going right back to Wilson. And they're going to get this down inside the 20.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. On the jet sweep, here comes Waddle.
And they'll get him down right around the 16. Give the tackle to Hassan Reddick.
Well, they gave up a few yards there, but all in all, I think it's a pretty nice job defensively against the jet sweep. If they don't slow him up, he might take it to the house, so they'll take that play every time on the defensive side of the ball.
Up the middle they go with Mostert.
And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown.
Raheem Mostert.
A 16-yard touchdown run.
And the Dolphins have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth. So how about that for an answer? They get the touchdown there, and it's back to a one-score game here in the fourth.
And that's what these guys have done all game long because they've scratched and slashed their way to stay in this game. And by now we should all realize they're not going away. Now the pressure again swings to their defense because they're going to need to find some way to get the ball back.
Sanders now to add the extra point. And this is back to a 5-point game. So that drive in total 8 plays.
And it was capped off by a touchdown run from Raheem Mostert.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders.
And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. Eagles set and ready for their next offensive drive. And the tension ratcheting up all around. A one-score game. Fourth quarter of the Super Bowl. This is what you folks came for. Every play with the potential to win or lose a title as they look to drain some time off this clock. And they'll run the option to start the drive.
He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
A little do-it-yourself run right there and a nice gain.
And I like that he knew that that was about all he was going to get. So he did a nice job of protecting himself, took care of the football, took what the defense gave him. If they continue to allow him to do that, they'll find their way taking what they can all the way to the end zone.
From the 31,
Hurts.
over the middle here to Brown. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
Hurts connecting there with Brown for the Eagles first.
Well, that should be a reminder defensively, and I think it's a reminder to myself because you just can't sell out to stop the run. There's still enough time that this offense can move the football through the air, even on first and second downs, and they obviously picked the right spot to throw the ball there.
Running right, here's Sanders. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there.
Jerome Baker there on the tackle.
Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
And he's across midfield and into Miami territory. 5 yards on the carry there, and it leaves him with third and about 6 yards to go.
Not a ton of room available on that one, but he made use of what space was available and gained decent yardage.
The Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on third down.
Hurts sets up to throw it.
And this is caught. That's Watkins. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. They give him 27 yards on the third down conversion.
And CD, we have seen some great runs the last few times we've been together, but I think we can at least put this one in our top 5. That was a determined gallop there.
And that, in a nutshell, shows you what this guy's made of. I mean, most guys in the NFL just can't do that. He absorbed the contact, refocused himself, and made a break for the end zone.
Now a carry for Sanders. Sharp move, but can't find much space. Dropped just inside the 20. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up second down. Straight ahead, it's Gainwell. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. That's a gain of 4 as we slip inside of 4 minutes left in regulation.
But that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
Hurts with a little pop pass on the jet sweep. Slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. Well, they tried to catch him by surprise, I think, there with that little pop pass on third down, but no luck.
You're right about no luck, but I did like the idea. I like the thought process. Make an unconventional call on third down sometimes. It can pop big. In this case, it didn't.
So a big kick coming now for Jake Elliott. This to put him a touchdown and a 2-point conversion up. The kick by Elliott is good. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. Well, from a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a 1-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
After the field goal, here's Elliott to kick it away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he returns this to the 22. Miami's offense set and ready to go. And we're at the time in this Super Bowl where, look, they need points. And they need them badly. Trailing here in the fourth quarter as they begin this drive 1st and 10. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. On the screen, this is Edmonds. 7 yards there on the first down screen play.
And a really nice play call there to start the drive, especially if you're a team that has a little bit of a reputation for throwing it downfield. You come out and you think maybe you can catch them off guard a little bit, and they did. Little screen pass, backdoored them, and that time worked well for a solid gain.
From the 29, Tua. On a huge mistake late, it's intercepted. Picked up by James Bradbury. Well, when I saw the pressure coming at him, that just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
Here comes Eagle offense now as they get set to take over here. Another important fourth quarter series coming up. That last INT helping to maintain their slim advantage. On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. And this is caught by Watkins. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35. It's an Eagles first down on a gain of 11. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll go option to the short side. And he'll follow his blockers there all the way down to the 23-yard line. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining.
Let's go, baby. Let's go. You know what we need.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Here's Sanders. The Dolphins going to take their second timeout. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here. They'll go again with Sanders. Now the defense will burn their third and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on third down. Hurts. This is caught. Touchdown, Eagles. Quez Watkins. An 18-yard touchdown grab. And the Eagles are starting to pull away in the fourth quarter of this Super Bowl. What a huge touchdown that was, obviously, here in the late stages of the fourth quarter as they try to put this one away.
And, Brandon, when they watch the film after this week, they'll be very proud of every rep if they close this game out. Just a few snaps remaining. They can't relax just yet.
Elliott now to add the extra point. And the lead is up to 15 now. So that drive spanned 5 plays. The result, Philadelphia in the end zone. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. So Tua and the Dolphins down by 15. Just over 1:40 to play. They've come so far this year, but they need 2 quick scores late in this Super Bowl. Here's Tua. Open man, that's Gesicki down the field. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. 25 yards that time. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Now Tua. Eluding the pressure right. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
It hasn't been the cleanest game for him, but there was a sign of improvement as he looks towards the next one. Nice bit of scrambling to move the sticks, and even more importantly, he didn't risk adding another interception to his ledger.
First down now, but that clock rolling. Tua. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. Okay, so they got the score. Do you go for one here and save the possible two-point conversion for later?
I think you do because...
And now remember, all touchdowns are reviewed. And in a tight game like this, they're going to take a good long look at it. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How is the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right.
Extra point up and good by Sanders as this gets him back within a touchdown and a two-point conversion. So with just over a minute to play, this becomes a make or break onside kick. And the Eagles hands team able to cover it up. They had to go for it with no timeouts remaining, though. Now this one's as good as over.
They gave it an effort. They tried their best, did everything they could to try and get the ball on the onside kick. You're exactly right. They had to try it. It was their only option. And now this game is done. Just take it, kneel, and call it a day.
Philadelphia getting set to take the field.
And with the defense out of timeouts, powerless to stop the clock, this should just be a couple of kneel downs.
The Eagles in the victory formation as they take a knee. Time for this one final knee to put a bow on this title bout.
I don't know why we did it, but we went to their final walkthrough for some reason. And what did we see? Their last play in walkthrough was taking a knee and celebrating winning a Super Bowl. They want that visualization. They did it for real.
Yeah, they just scripted it out. Defense can't stop the clock, and they can watch the final seconds tick. And the Lombardi Trophy will rest in the city of brotherly love. The Philadelphia Eagles are the Super Bowl champs. For the victors getting to hoist that Lombardi Trophy, you know, we've talked to guys that have done it, and they say there's no better feeling in sports.
I don't know how there can be. The journey to get to this game is incredible. And then to finally break through and win it when all eyes are on this game alone because there's nothing else going on, that's just got to be absolutely amazing. The task, incredible. But the accomplishment, forever.